Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Arvind Kumar Sharma from Department of Library and Information Science, Maharani Lakshmi Bai, Government College of Excellence, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Today we are going to discuss about a module Public Library Scenario in United Kingdom under the paper Public Library. The objectives of modules are: after studying this module, you will be able to understand the following. To discuss the public library scenario in UK, to explain the development of Public Library Acts, to discuss library association and libraries of national importance in UK, to know the finance and management structure of public libraries in the UK. In the present module, an attempt has been made to describe the public library scenario in the United Kingdom. As you are aware, public libraries are the common place for gaining knowledge, social interaction, and intellectual stimulation. As socio-economic developments matured in human history, it was felt that knowledge, especially public knowledge, is the common source or resource, and hence it should be made available to all the members of society without any consideration of caste, creed, or economic status. Knowledge is considered basic resource for any kind of development. In the United Kingdom, the idea of free access to knowledge strengthened with the enactment of Public Library Act in 1850. This act officially introduced public libraries in the UK. During 162 years of its history, this Public Library Act has underwent several amendments. The British Public Library Act 1972, the Public Lending Right Act 1979, Legal Deposit Libraries Act 2003, and Legal Deposit Libraries Non-Print Works Regulation 2013 are the latest among them. The Act provides the legal framework for the public libraries in the country. The Department of Culture in Media and Sports, DCMS, took further initiatives for the development of public libraries in the UK. Now, several questions are being raised on public libraries, and these questions are coming from all quarters of society. Some say books may disappear as a result of being substituted by information communication technology enabled devices. Similar questions had been raised even when microfilms had appeared. This is unlikely that books would be out of use in future. I can say they shall remain in use, though at fairly reduced scale, and libraries with their books as authentic sources will serve the knowledge seekers even in the new ICT driven environment. Public libraries in the United Kingdom. The public libraries have been in existence in the UK for centuries, and people there have been enjoying and enriching themselves with these public institutions. It was in the 17th century that many notable public libraries were founded in the kingdom, such as Francis Trigge Chained Library of St. Wolfram's Church, Grantham, Lincolnshire, founded in 1558, Norwich City Library, founded in 1608, Bodleian Library, Chatham's Library, opened in 1653, Ipswich in 1612, Bristol, established in 1613. Earlier, however, most of these libraries were not open for common people, but the concept of public libraries had taken place. It was also in the 17th century that the nature of public libraries changed from closed parochial libraries to lending libraries. Earlier libraries were closed libraries and limited users were allowed to use the libraries, and books were chained to desks. Even National Library was not open to the public. There was no concept of open and free access. Only a few libraries were providing free access to public, such as Chetham's Library in Manchester. Number kept on increasing with the passing of time. In 1790, Stephen Fisher had noted there were about 600 libraries in the United Kingdom. At present, the number has increased manifold, providing services to the citizens of United Kingdom. Some prominent among them are Barrow-in-Furness Main Public Library, Cumbria, Birmingham Central Library, England, London Library, Reading Central Library, the Norfolk and Norwich Millennium Library, Birmingham Central Library, etc. According to Chartered Institute of Public Finance and Accountancy CIPFA annual survey, the Norfolk and Norwich Millennium Library and Birmingham Central Library are the most visited libraries in the UK. Development of Public Library Acts in the United Kingdom. Public libraries are the great resources of information and knowledge. The UK, a leading power and pioneering intellectual center of the world, was naturally a patron of public libraries too. In the UK, public libraries have been part of the civic life for a long time. UK was the first country which introduced the legal system for the establishment and development of public libraries. They were also the first to conceptualize free access to the public libraries. Acts construct a legal framework for a given phenomenon. The UK Public Library Act 1850 is a landmark in the field of public library legislation. With the enactment of this act, a legal framework was created for establishing and governing public libraries in the United Kingdom. And this act covered England and Wales and was extended to Scotland in 1853. This act was further amended in 1866 and in 1867. Public Library Act 1892 consolidated a legal framework for England and Wales. This act was also amended in 1893. The first quarter of the 20th century witnessed two more enactments: Public Libraries Act 1908 and Public Libraries Act 1919. Later, Public Libraries and Museum Act 1964 replaced all previous acts in England and Wales. The act assigns local authorities the duty to provide library services. This was followed by British Public Library Act 1972. The Public Lending Right Act 1979 provides for authors' right to payment when their books are issued or borrowed from public libraries. The payment is made from the central fund. According to the Legal Deposit Libraries Act 2003, every publisher has to submit a copy of its publications printed in the UK to the British Library and on request to 5 other legal deposit libraries. The legal deposit system further extended by the Legal Deposit Libraries Non-Print Works Regulations 2013 to incorporate non-print works, websites, e-books, and CD-ROMs. These legal deposit libraries are British Library, Bodleian Library, Oxford, University Library, Cambridge, Library of Trinity College, Dublin, National Library of Wales, and National Library of Scotland. In this table, you will find the acts in chronology of acts and regulations related to the public libraries in UK, year and the act. 1850 Public Library Act, 1853 extended to Scotland, 1866 and 1867 amended, 1887 replaced all previous acts, 1892 Public Library Act, 1893 amended, 1908 Public Library Act, 1919 the Public Library Act, 1964 Public Libraries and Museum Act, 1972 British Library Act, 1979 the Public Lending Right Act, 2003 Legal Deposit Libraries Act, 2013 Legal Deposit Libraries Non-Print Works Regulations. So, in this chronology of acts and regulations related to public libraries in the UK is shown. Library associations and public libraries. Library associations have a significant role in the development and promotion of public library system in the United Kingdom. Some library associations are Library Association LA. LA is an important and oldest library association in the UK. The association was founded in 1877 with headquarters in London. In April 2002, the association got merged with the Institute of Information Scientists (IIS) to form the Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals (CILIP). Prior to its merger, the association had the membership of more than 25,000 library professionals. Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals (CILIP). CILIP was formed in April 2002 by the Union of Institute of Information Scientists (IIS) and the Library Association UK. It has more than 15,000 membership as in May 2012, as recorded at Wikipedia. CILIP works with the help of numerous groups which cover almost all fields of the society. These special interest groups are Academic and Research Libraries Group, Aerospace and Defense Librarians Group, Career Development Group, Cataloging and Indexing Group, Commercial, Legal and Scientific Information Group, Community Diversity and Equality Group, Government Information Group, Health Libraries Group, Information Literacy Group, Information Service Group, International Library and Information Group, Library and Information History Group, Library and Information Research Group, Local Studies Group, Multimedia Information and Technology Group, Patent and Trademark Group, Personnel Training and Education Group, Prison Libraries Group, Public and Mobile Libraries Group, Publicity and Public Relations Group, Rare Books and Special Collections Group, Retired Members Guild, School Libraries Group, UK E-Information Group, Youth Libraries Group. Among above groups, the Public and Mobile Libraries Group provides information training etc. to the staff working in public and mobile libraries. It gives a national award, Mobile Library Champion of the Year, to the professionals. Now we will understand the role of Department of Culture, Media and Sports (DCMS). DCMS is a ministerial department and works with 44 agencies and public bodies. It protects and promotes cultural and artistic heritages of the country. In 1997, Department of National Heritage, as DCMS was known earlier, had issued a report, Reading for Future, a review of public libraries in England. This report recommended for funding of public libraries for providing internet services. A scheme was enunciated following this, that each public library authority would submit an annual plan to Department of Culture, Media and Sports from 1998. DCMS appoints senior public librarians as statutory advisors in Advisory Council on Libraries. The council was reconstituted in 2003. The council issues an annual report on libraries. The council plays an important role in moving forward the DCMS plan and strategy. Department of Culture, Media and Sports DCMS provides funds to Arts Council England, which provides support to local library services in the UK. Apart from this, DCMS monitors and supports local authorities and libraries and sponsors Public Lending Right (PLR), British Library and Special Development Funds. The Museums, Libraries and Archives Council (MLA). It was established in 2000 by absorbing the Library and Information Services Council. It is funded by the DCMS. MLA is a non-departmental public body. As per the policy statement of DCMS 2010, pound 120 million National Lottery Fund were invested in the People's Network in the last 10 years. The fund was delivered by the MLA to provide broadband access staff training in the UK. MLA has now been abolished and its functions have been transferred to the Arts Council England. Of United Kingdom. The library was established in 1973 on the recommendations of Denton Report and passing of the British Public Library Act 1972. This National Library formed with amalgamating the former British Museum Library, National Lending Library for Science and Technology, National Central Library and the British National Bibliography. This National Library is funded by the Department for Culture, Media and Sports, Government of United Kingdom. This is the National Deposit Library and has benefited under Copyright Acts. The library is organized into 6 directorates under a chief executive. These are directorates of human resources, operations and services, finance, and corporate resources, strategic marketing and communications, scholarships and collections, and electronic information services. In this library, a reader can search for 57 million records. It provides various types of services. This is one of the largest libraries in the world. The library possesses more than 150 million items in 400 languages. Free 3 million items are added every year. Finance and management of public libraries in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, local authorities manage and supervise public libraries. All these authorities are empowered by Public Libraries and Museum Act 1964. Central government United Kingdom gives support and guidance to public libraries. Department for Culture, Media and Sport DCMS provides funds to Arts Council England, which provides support to local library services in the UK. There are 151 library authorities in England. In 2011, Arts Council launched the Libraries Development Initiative for public libraries. In 2012 and 13, Arts Council undertook a project envisioning the library of the future. This project will help to understand the future of libraries. Arts Council also provides extra grants to public libraries. Public libraries get financial assistance from various sources such as government, private, big lottery communities libraries fund. Public libraries nowadays generally have these additional facilities also, such as galleries, cafes, performance spaces, Wi-Fi connectivity, customized support to users. Recent trends. Data released by Library and Information Statistics Unit at Loughborough University show that the number of public libraries is declining year after year. At the same time, total funding remains stagnant despite growing population and price hike. The membership has been a slight rise, but the self-generated income, number of inquiries, and books issued have witnessed steady decline over the years. In fact, decline in library visits is related to web visits, which people have increasingly been using to gain knowledge and get informed and entertained. In this information age, when libraries compete with ICT enabled services with its hassle free accessibility from anywhere and anytime, the public library system is lagging in reinventing itself. It will have to cater to the Gen Next with reprovisioning itself. Chartered Institute of Public Finance and Accountancy (CIPFA) has released public library statistics which reveals that number of visits to public libraries and book borrowing is also decreasing in England. Suggestions: books are and shall remain the authentic media of information and knowledge and societal resources, and public libraries shall remain an important place for social interaction, harmony, intellectual stimulation, and knowledge sharing. In order to check the decline trend of library visits, a number of measures are required to be undertaken in order to convert the present crisis into an opportunity. Some suggestions for reviving the public library system in United Kingdom are as follows. Libraries are in low profile in government functioning in UK as well as all over the world. All stakeholders should think in logical way to overcome the present condition and determine practical and feasible solutions. Cost benefit analysis should be applied in the management and functioning of public libraries. We need smart marketing of public libraries. In this regard, library professionals should be innovative and realistic. Let us conclude the module. Amidst the fast-paced changes in every walk of life, the public library system will have to reinvent itself. To cope up with the present multidimensional growth, public libraries in the UK have to change themselves to serve the next generation in a better way. In the UK, some people think that public libraries are in grave condition, and others say that books may disappear or may be gone by 2030 or 2040 or 2050 and so on. Such types of statements that books would disappear had appeared earlier also when microforms had come. Books are not going to disappear. People love reading books and their physicality makes them indispensable. They shall remain in shelves of individuals and public libraries. Books are still user friendly, easy to read, and not so expensive, and in case of being borrowed from public libraries, they are quite inexpensive. All these issues are being debated in public domain in UK, and one should not forget that public library system in the UK is one of the best public library system in the world, which provides library services to all its citizens and fulfill the informational, recreational, educational and cultural needs of the society. Thank you.